Sonic. This is the Bold Prediction Sports Media Podcast, and as tradition, I'm that dude with the beard, and you see on the other side of me is your other host, Mr. KC. And as tradition, we here to bring you what you need, which is unadulterated truth about this sports media thing and about certain sports coming up. And we're excited about the football season. What's going on, Mr. KC?
Ooh, just live and active today, even in a regular part of the week. We've got so much going on. Plus the picks coming in tonight for this games. Like what more ask for?
Not too much here, and like you said, really some big news here. And start off real quick with the Vikings. JJ McCarthy to miss the entire rookie season to repair a torn meniscus, and you hate to see it happen to a Big Ten national champion, but you know it just kind of how the cards fall sometimes here. So, wish you a speedy recovery, my man, and hopefully the Vikings can figure out what to do at quarterback now going forward.
Yeah, tough. You got Sam Darnold behind them, so you would imagine they're going to be prepared to go with him and look for a guy to back him up. Just in case he gets side. Even to bring in some quarterback competition. You didn't really plan. I mean, they might have been in the mood where run Sam Darnold anyways. Not really likely, but see,
Right. Yeah, we're gonna see, man, and I think the season's about a wrap on them boy. Like I said, I didn't have them doing too good already, but now, I don't know, man. I think it kind of solidifies everything. I think that's it. But anyway, like I said, wish you a speedy recovery, Mr. McCarthy, and then we'll see what happens next season for you going down the road. More news here. Patriots trading Matt Judon to the Falcons after a prolonged contract stalemate between the two sides, the New England Patriots and Judon, and he ends up getting traded for a third round pick. And we were talking a lot about these Falcons yesterday, and now it's just starting to come full circle. When people keep doubting the Falcons or doubting what they're going to be capable of, they just keep adding pieces.
yeah, it is nice to see. I've seen some people question if the Falcons are going to be legit. Thinking maybe the media is getting too hyped on them. I tell you what, if you weren't hyped before, you better start getting hyped because this is a fan to that defense. Falcons are starting to look real pretty.
Yeah, you're not lying here. At the same time, here, more news going on here. Let's talk about the world champion Kansas City Chiefs for a moment here. Marquise Brown has been suffering from some clavicle issues here, so he'll be out for a while here. And the word around the campfire is like some people are worried about if Justin Watson can step up. And the only thing is like he stepped up last year. I don't even think that's a question at this point. I think Justin Watson keeps that offense rolling just like how he did last year. And with the addition of Howard and for Rice, however long we have, depending on where the suspension lies and what happens with that, I think they'll be just fine. I have no issues in worrying about the Kansas City Chiefs offense.
No, we've seen it last season. It was a bunch of no. Tell me this wide receiver core is better. Even just you could take Hollywood Brown. Magically got hurt again and missed or needs more time. I don't think he's going to be back until week probably 3 or 4. Back. There's no reason they don't. Like he's just sugar on top. Like it's an addition.
No, real talk here. And looks like we got a few comments coming in here. Bog Biles and that say, what's up? What's going on with you? JJ Stokes here. Doesn't matter. We got the GOAT. Yeah, you ain't lying about that here. Should grab Ayuk. Ayuk's already gone. His trade is done and done. I wish we could have done something for him, taco meat, and picked him up. But that's just where the cookie crumbles. I heard Juju is back in the mix. He's out there. He might be a guy you could look at to bring in who already knows the offense and who was really pivotal for the Chiefs in the playoff during one playoff run. So I wouldn't mind seeing Juju come back for just a skim deal because New England's paying him anyway. So we'll see what happens with that. But I expect Justin Watson to be right on where he was last year, if not a little bit better. Still around
Yeah,
500 yards, 600 yards or so. He should be good.
he is the number 2 wide receiver. A lot of people will disrespect Watson. They just are putting guys like Sky or Hardman or even John Ross. I've seen John Ross over Watson so many times, and it's like, I don't want to sound mean, but you're talking about Watson's not an elite. We'll stop there, right?
He's pretty good, though.
Solid number, solid number 3 or 4 wide receiver. Get you. John Ross
Yeah,
doesn't have that on his, and he
I guess.
dreams that he can put up 250 yards in a season. Like, we made it. Like, when we talked 15 catches last season, well less, like probably half that. Like, if we're just going to be honest, and it's just people throw shade on Watson problem at him like 3 and 4. When he needs to be a 1 or 2, that we're in a bad situation, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree, and I understand what you mean. But I think the whole wide receiver room as a whole is pretty decent, just minus the Sky Moore situation. Like I said, that project should have been done here. And in the words of Taco Me, you could put Butterbean out there with Mahomes, and he'll still get 500 yards and 3 touchdowns. So, uh, just really thinking about what the scheme Andy Reid runs and everything that he does on offense, I wouldn't be worried about it at all, and I'm not worried about it, honestly. JJ, Juju's knees are gone if the Patriots cut him. Well, shoot, a lot of people's, cuts or enough people dream. We just work him in. He can be situational. They ain't got that KU health system out there to nurse these wide receivers like how we do here. I always talk a big part about our health system here in Kansas City. So we got to see what's going on.
What would make this stream better? Jack Daniels or Jack Diesel? I think I know some dogs that named
Jack
wildly
Diesel,
enough.
I just saw that. Huh.
Yeah. Well, this isn't one of those pages you pay for. You've made it to the wrong place, sir.
Yeah,
You're
it's
kind
not
of
only
weird.
fans here. We're not doing any of that. I'm so sorry. But I'm pretty sure there's some kind of internet site, something you can find, satiate your needs, and you can come on back when
Yeah,
you're feeling better. Uh,
yeah, and then but you're on the whole wrong website
yeah,
altogether. Yeah, but when you're done with,
for sure. So moving on though, just diving on in here to this weekend's preseason schedule here. We'll just talk about the matchups briefly because we're not expecting fireworks in the preseason here, but you expect to see, a little spectacle at the least to see the future of some of these teams here. And the first game we got coming up here, we was vaguely mentioned them, the New England Patriots versus the I'm saying New England Eagles versus the Philadelphia Eagles. And that's going to be the Thursday match. Kind of a battle of the bums, in my opinion, but other people will have theirs, and hopefully we'll see some here in the comments here. But Mr. Casey, what do you think about this game?
I think this would be a nice game. The Wills motioned. I'd like to see. I think I'm gonna actually pick the Patriots because they're gonna play young guys on trying to learn this new system. Eagles are. You're gonna see a lot. I think the Eagles get benched first. Give me the Patriots. So the money line plus looks like an attractive bet to me.
Yeah. Um, I would take. Well, I mean, I ain't gonna bet on the preseason, but I mean, if I had to, I would take that here, just simply because we are talking the better of the trash bowl here. Um, The only thing that I'm excited to see is the Patriots third string quarterback, or maybe he ain't third string after the performance from last week. But Bo Nix, it looks like somebody's coming for your job, sir.
Mm-hmm.
From what we saw last week. What's that
Yeah,
dude's name? I gotta pull him
I want
up
to
here.
shout out JJ Stokes real quick. So it goes Rice, Worthy, and we haven't even got to Kelsey and Brown. We don't need Juju. I mean, you're right. But if you look at Juju as like that number 5 guy, like you can, like after, would you take Juju over? Would you take
Oh,
Juju over Rob? Would you take Juju over Ramin Joe or however you pronounce? I can't pronounce his name for nothing. So I'm gonna learn it if he makes the roster. Like, $1 million deal. At that number 5 spot, like you don't want him out there running a lot of reps. And I wouldn't say you need Juju. Like if we don't pick him up, then I would think twice about
right.
it. I wish I had because, well, I'm pretty sure we could probably find a free agent wide receiver for a number 4 or 5.
Right.
Shout out to Amy for stopping by. I'll hit you with a
Shout
hello
out to
back.
you, Amy. What's going on? But yeah, goodness gracious. We'll see. Like I said, we're just talking about an availability thing, and it ain't got nothing to do with nothing else, really. Because honestly, we don't need them, and I mean you're completely right about that. I'm totally confident in what we already have on the roster. Even if John Ross has to play, he's had a pretty good camp going forward. So a lot of these guys had a pretty good camp, unless you name a Sky Moore. So that's just a whole
Mm.
another story here. Yeah, that
CH
project
isn't
should be over.
prettiest either.
Mm, goodness. Anyway, so you know who has looked good though, besides Drew Tranquil and my boy uh I was almost gonna say Leo Chanel. He's looked good too. I'm thinking about George Karlaftis though. He's really coming into his own. I think we're gonna see a big sack boom from him this year.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Season, he played a lot longer week 1 matchup than I had really anticipated. Because I just remember being like, it's still out there.
Right, for sure. Let's see here, JJ. What do you think about Bolden? Is he going to get re-signed? We got Trey, and we got to sign Creed. I think if he takes a lesser deal, I mean, I don't think he's in a position to command a real high salary. Um,
Mm-hmm.
if not, they'll just go get another guy because clearly we had the best cornerback in the NFL last year, and we went ahead and let him do his thing. So there's that. They're going to
And
keep that
I would
offensive line because they're
that
going to they're going to keep Mahomes protected for sure. And Trey and
I'm
Creed
actually
are the best on the line.
I actually have an objection against all that, and I'm gonna
Okay.
make a case. I'm gonna make my case for Payne. Steve Spagnuolo, the Patrick Mahomes of the defense. If that tells you like who's out there, Creed is not a guy you pay.
He's the
People will
best
have
center in
trouble.
the NFL.
That's great. I appreciate that. I appreciate your service and your time in Kansas City.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, you center, sir, and that has to be, according to Jason Kelsey, a Hall of Fame center, the easy position offensive line to replace. People would say no, 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 but I would say we can look at these paychecks because center of an elite tackle that tells you offensive line from the out towards the end. If you're going to re-sign someone, it's not Creed. You can replace him with a second or third round draft. Tell me the last time Andy Reid paid a center or even signed a center on a center draft pick. Time he drafted a center and it was
You can
like,
say the
oh,
same thing
he's
about the linebacker position though, because
no.
before Nick
I
Bolton,
said,
yeah,
but let's not forget the same thing about Snead.
that's why they already got Tranquil.
It, thing about Snead and he was gone, and I said
Okay,
the Chiefs were going to keep Chris Jones and want to listen to that.
that's
We're
cool.
sitting today.
Oh,
No Snead
exactly. So yeah,
Jones.
exactly. So you're thinking
You
that
need
they're
Nick Bolton on that defense.
no,
And
you
like
don't,
Smith,
because Nick. How often is Nick Bolton hurt? And he's not even playing on said defense. Drew Tranquil
hey,
is already the replacement for him. That's what I'm saying. I don't think you need to pay Nick Bolton. Not when Drew Tranquil and these other guys was actually playing the game all the time around here and making great plays. I
pay Creed.
I
In
wouldn't.
my,
I wouldn't pay a dude. I wouldn't
it's
pay a dude who's already hurt all the time versus a dude who ain't never been hurt and who's
look,
rated the
Nick.
best in the league. That's
I think
crazy. You protect your real investment, and you can fix that D. That's easy.
oh, we got our boy King back in the chat. Hey, welcome back, King. Our favorite. We shout out to him. Get that rematch. I will be hyped. If we get that rematch, you're gonna have to come on the
Come on
show
the
or
show.
something.
Yeah, I'll say
Like
you have to
we're
come
gonna
on the
have
show.
you come on the show. Like if the 49ers make it, we'll make a show appearance. Like we invite competition on regularly.
And shout out to you again, JJ. He said the same thing. I said Tranquil can replace Bolton. I said it's just a matter of opinion when we get down to that part. I don't think his position is that dire to where you have to keep him. Because like I said, he I don't want to say he's hardly playing, but he's missed more key games than anybody else on the defense.
Well, he's also had the most tackles for the team on the defense.
1 year, just 1 year. Yeah,
Uh,
it was just
I need to
one.
pull up his stats. I'm not 100% sure, but I do need to double check. Like the dude is just he's a monster for that defense. Like, but I would definitely put first out of the three. Right, if you're going to protect, there's a reason they pay guards. Andy Reid's not afraid to pay a guard, but he doesn't pay. If you can go back 20 years, it does not happen. And pay that. It's just it doesn't. It's not in the formula.
I understand. Like I said, man,
Oh,
I think there's gonna be plenty enough money to go around, and if Nick Bolton wants to stay in Kansas City, he can take a humble ass deal. I mean, he don't deserve top linebacker money. But some people beg differ. I pay him just enough so he can take care of his family, even though it don't take a few million to do that. But you know how these athletes are. They need. I gotta take care of my family. So give him what you think is fair and fair to the organization. If not, that's what you brought Drew Tranquil in for, and he's already happy and he's already making plays. Like I said, having a hell of a training camp. Nick Bolton ain't even out there.
training about practice. We talk about
Shoot, we could look at last year too. Drew Tranquil in the Super
right.
Bowl.
Hey, well, I do want to touch on a couple of these comments. We did have Crawford versus Ortiz. This is going to be a unanimous Crawford decision.
It's a bud. It's a bud. It's a bud situation. That's easy. That's easy work.
Yeah. And King, I want you to know there's no slander. We really do. Look, you both videos we got posted. We have a 49er guest. Our first guest on this show was a 49ers fan
And shout out to
on the
you, young
original,
Frank.
very first, like the original, the y'all in the Super Bowl is when Frank came on and he was our first guest. So like we got a lot of respect for 49ers fans.
I keep saying y'all the Chiefs
Uh,
in the NFC, man, and I don't throw accolades around, man. That's just genuine truth right there. Y'all just missing the Mahomes that can take you over the edge.
I want to point Ray Smith is going to demand 20 million. That's wide receiver money on a year, and Creed only cost about 14 million. And you know why that is? Because the left or is more valuable than the center position. He's not even getting number one left guard money, and it's that much more important than the number one money is. Just proving my point. Like this is why Smith, because the center is not a position you pay. Doesn't
They're gonna pay
uh,
both of them, and it is a position that you pay.
yeah, yeah, they're going to pay both Bolton and Trey Smith. I believe you to be right.
No, they're gonna pay Creed Humphrey because just think about
You
you.
start
The
off
perfect example that you used was a dude that the Eagles paid for years. So that's what I'm saying. When you yeah,
not with
both
Andy
centers
Reid
are
though.
replaceable.
With Andy, not with Andy Reid. Andy Reid
But,
didn't pay. He drafted him. He
okay, right.
Hall of Fame center. He drafted. Like we can start getting here. He got here. Rodney Hudson was an elite center,
Rodney Hudson didn't start off as center though. He migrated that way.
but he was an elite center when Andy Reid was here. He was a top tier center
He
and
was
demanded
okay.
big money. And appreciate you.
Yeah, that's different.
I could do this again.
Yeah,
And then
that's
what do
a
he
whole
do?
different
What do he do
situation
after
though.
that?
We were
What do he do
building
after that?
something, and we're not talking about the house that's already built. We were talking about laying the foundations for said house. Of course, you don't give Rodney Hudson that
Let's talk
money.
about in the house. What
Yeah,
happened after that? He drafted Mitch Morse, the Pro Bowl.
that was 12 years
Look,
ago.
12 years ago.
I know. I'm
That
saying
was
it's
not
so
12
long
years.
ago.
He got a Super
Yeah,
Bowl. He got a Super Bowl ring. I'm
Mitch
pretty sure,
Morse ain't
don't
got
he?
no Super Bowl ring.
He real close. I'm pretty sure.
He wasn't there in that first Super Bowl. He was already in
I feel like
Buffalo. He was gone.
I don't know. I don't know because Creed ain't been here that. I guess. Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure one and then left because he started being he wanted top tier center money. It's just a repeat.
I don't think that happened. I think did he get a
Look,
ring? I don't think he was on there.
this man is worth it. That is my Trey Smith. Like an elite guard is worth it. Trey Smith is a bad mamma jamma. Look, and it's not hate on
It sounds like
every
it.
superstar we
They're
got.
gonna keep both. I know
I want
you're
to keep all
passionate
of
in
them,
your argument about saying that he ain't, but they're gonna
but he
keep
ain't.
both.
He
I'm
ain't because
telling you.
this is bold. We bold predictions, and
Yeah, and
the last
Trey
roster.
Smith and Mitch
What's the last
Morse was gone,
decision
and,
I missed on?
and Mitch Morse was gone in 2018. Like I told you, he ain't no champion. So yeah, you can get rid of guys who ain't
Okay.
got championship pedigree. Keep proving my point. Let's talk about
Well, I
it.
mean, he's it's telling you he's in that
He
top
got
five.
pro
Yeah,
maybe 1 year. Ain't he all like
I
second
think he was
team?
all pro too. I think he's been an all pro. They're like a legitimate bona fide.
Well, I know that in it, without a shadow of a doubt, Creed Humphrey been the best center, and the world knows it.
He is. I'm not down that.
Nobody
I
ever said
agree.
that about Rodney Hudson or Mitch Morris.
I mean, I think Hudson got an all pro. He left too. And CMC for vice president. I mean, views? What is CMC views on anything? Let me know his political views. I'd be interested in that. View,
Run the ball.
do you know if he's a Democrat? Looking. I
Austin
mean, knowing
Ryder,
how much he
Austin
makes
Ryder was the center in 2019, and he didn't get no money nowhere.
at
Or
the
Nick, or Nick
for the
Algoretti.
Super Bowl. No,
Yeah, no, on the roster in general. I'm looking at this. I'm looking at the roster in
did he
2019.
start?
Yeah,
I'm not
it was only him and
week
Nick
one though.
Algoretti when they won the Super Bowl. It was him and Nick Algoretti. That's when we still had
Because
LDT. Before, yeah,
well,
that's before.
that doesn't sound right though. Because none of the five starters were there at the roster.
What are you talking about?
So I'm talking about the starting five. None of them started week one for the
When? What year are you talking about?
Tampa Bay year.
I'm talking about the year we beat. The year we beat
San
the
Fran. My
49ers.
bad.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm like, what are
I'm
you
getting my.
talking
It's
about?
hard to
I'm
keep
like,
track.
huh?
What these Super Bowls are you picking? My bad, bro. Yeah, but I may have had a little too much of this session already. But
Oh
something happens.
God.
Things
Uh,
happen. That's
yeah,
life.
it's all good. This man here. But needless to
I
say,
got
though,
lost.
oh, he said we're cutting out here. Saying the audio's cutting out.
Oh, I see you good.
Well, no, I'm just reading. That's what the comments are saying.
Oh, got you.
Thank you guys here. Hopefully that's better. But yeah,
So,
moving on here though. We'll see what happens with that line here, but let's jump on back into these picks here for the preseason here, week 2. Um, so we both got the Eagles winning that game because I mean it really don't mean anything anyway. Next game we got Caleb Williams and the Browns versus the Cincinnati Bengals. And I have a deep distaste for both of these teams. So, I mean, it don't really matter who's going to win. I'll go ahead and give it to the Bengals, but I mean, they'll find a way to lose it too. So, there's that. Maybe it's a tie.
JJ's dropping these bombs in the comments, by the way.
Oh, did he?
Dropping
What's
them
that?
bombs.
King, did we hard to put y'all ass to sleep? You guys are trying to trade your number one wide out, please. Right. And we have been tucking them in for years. Like I said, I was telling them that yesterday. I said, I can't remember the last time San Fran even beat us. We've been blowing them out so much. The only time they play us close is the Super Bowl.
I'm going back, bro. Like in my mind, like try not to Google it. This is a tough one.
I'll tell you
This
what.
because I'm gonna go like has I don't know if Pat Mahomes has lost to the 49ers, and I question if Alex Smith did. Like, because I feel like he got his little revenge on his team. Even I feel like go back. We might have to remind us. When's the last time y'all actually won versus the Chiefs? No, you might remember that date. It's long for us. We forget, but I'm sure
We
that one
forget.
on your calendar. Like that was the celebration day. Like Brody Croyle. Was it back then? Like, was it Matt Castle? Was that the last time? How far are we going? Trent Green? Probably not Trent.
Man, I know it's been
He
a
won a
long
lot of games too.
time.
We got distracted there for a second. Let's try that.
The Bears and the Bengals.
Let me go. They're going to run those first. What Caleb's got for way longer than he's going to try to do.
Then maybe I can do an actual reaction video and talk about how underwhelming that he really is.
Right.
So after
Yeah, because
that
then we can
here,
put both weeks together.
right. After that, or maybe even before that, I don't know the necessary order. We got the Falcons and the Ravens playing here, and I'm gonna pick the Falcons in this game because it's the preseason. Roll out the red carpet, give it to the Falcons.
Yeah, I like that. I like that pick. The Ravens aren't. They're probably not playing. They're not. They've been down this road where they messed up preseason playing people and like running backs dropping like flies type deal. You got to play your best hand possible. I think JJ Strokes is like Smith, so my days was the last time. And even I question that, but maybe them early Alex Smith.
Maybe because either way, we've been putting them in the grave ever since. Next game we got after that, we have the New York Football Giants versus the Houston Texans, and I'm gonna go with the Giants here. A little tune up in the preseason. Give me Vanilla Vic.
Go look, football's better. Or what? Man, I
Yeah.
mess that saying up every time. It's so simple too. Football is better with the Giants. Some I can't love.
You got the gist of it. We going with the Giants getting the win there. Like I said, working things out, getting Malik Neighbor, everybody incorporated, getting that offense rolling. Check out their hard knocks if you haven't already. Um, Next on the list here, we got the Detroit Lions versus the world champion Kansas City Chiefs. And I'll go ahead and give it to the Lions because I don't know who we're going to play because all we're looking to see is who's going to be the fodder, for the dudes who we already know is going to make the team. So, Lions, this is a great chance for y'all to say y'all beat us twice in 2 years. Go Lions.
Give me the Chiefs. Like, what are we talking about here? We're gonna the Super Bowl matchup though. The preseason people to be like, yeah, bet the Lions. So yeah, let's go in the preseason. Like I bet all 3 games.
I'm about to say, yeah, I would say we usually go on 3, 0-4 back in the old
Yeah,
days. So,
about it. That's how we know we're doing good.
mm-hmm.
You mess up and have like a 3-0 preseason record, your team might just end up being.
Mm-hmm. You
It's a
showed the
weird.
world
It's a
everything you
weird
got too
phenomenon.
early out the gate. Except by Elvis Gerback and Steve Bono. I'm trying to tell you, dude. But hopefully we'll see what the Niners do. Like I said, they are the Chiefs of the NFC because they by far the most talented team over there. Just with the asterisk at quarterback, in my opinion. And the question mark always Christian McCaffrey's health. So moving on here, we
Right.
got next the Vikings versus the Browns. I'm going to take the Browns because everything with the Vikings is completely done now. I'll have to reset my whole pick and loss record when it comes to their team now, just based on the information. But I'm going Browns.
Yeah, the Browns definitely should game. The Vikings have to be in panic mode where you want to protect everyone possible and need to keep it on the bench because it's getting real risky real quick.
You got to, because didn't you say the boy Sam Darnold's the replacement?
Yeah, that's who you're rocking with this year.
Good, nice. So yeah, Vikings fans, it don't look too good, but what they said, it has to be a morning after if you can hold on through the night. It's pretty much over for you guys. So the season's pretty much a wash, and this is the earliest thing where you probably wish you should have kept Kirk Cousins. So there's that.
You feeling it, ain't you?
Got to. He says, "Is that trade of truth?" No, Austin. I wish I was trade of truth. And all that stuff they be talking about. You know, trade day, get my own holiday in Houston, all that. But
That would be nice.
I'm trying to tell you, pay some dividends. The next game we got the Jets versus the Panthers, and this should probably be a tie, man. Both these teams are so bad. I just got a tie written in my mind here. I'm gonna give it to the Panthers just because I think the
Yeah,
Jets are worse.
it's
Panthers.
like a perfect team to
Yeah, you gotta do it.
got
He said,
it somehow.
"Oh, King, you really have to look that up." Yeah, I mean, we've been on you for a while. It ain't no disrespect. I'm sorry you had to get that triple affirmation. And once again, shout out to JJ being on top of it, man. He might have to become our correspondent. Dude, we got to call him for the facts. But hey, JJ, man, you got to check that for us, G. He go Niners. No, for real, go Niners, man. I
Right, you
hope
guys are at
so.
least the fifth best. Yeah, I promise you. Maybe
I'm trying
even
to
the
tell
second in the
you,
West, but it's debatable.
man. Probably.
Disrespect you. Yeah, I get disrespect in the West.
You should. Like I said, I mean, I'm not believing the cowgirls, so that should be right up your alley.
Right.
So, all right. So moving on here, we both got the Panthers next game after that 7 p.m. joint. We got the Cardinals versus the Colts, and I'm gonna pick the Cards here. I gotta see what Marvin Harrison Jr. doing out there and see how that offense has improved. Who you got, Mr. KC?
Oh, this is an ugly one. Let me go Colts. Why?
Ooh. Okay. He said we need to. We'll see. We will see.
I like to pick the
No,
worst team, the teams in preseason, because I just feel like they try so much harder.
I can understand that. That's why I picked the Cardinals. So the next game we got here, we got the Washington Commanders versus the Miami Dolphins, and I'm definitely gonna go with the Commanders here because they rookie quarterback got to play, and he's got to get that thing right. So he should play a lengthy amount of time. What's the boy named Jaden Daniels? Is that his name? I think
Yeah,
quarterback they got. Yeah. So he's got to do something, man, because like I said, you're inheriting a team that's naturally scrappy, a team that really is in every game almost, and you should be the guy to take them over the top. So we're going to see.
yeah, yeah. There's no way Dolphins are playing any like not playing this game probably. Too many people being benched. Like I'm not touching this one for the Dolphins, even though that even be enough to get it done. Afraid, but
Yeah,
it's you can't pay. You, who you
no,
gonna who's playing?
man, it's the Dolphins anyway. I'm so sick of Tyreek Hill, aren't you guys? Yes, JJ, I'm beyond sick of him. I got a signed Tyreek Hill jersey in my closet. I'm gonna put on for auction one day here on the channel. Once we get to a proper status, we're gonna get that joint away because I even hate to see it every time I go to my closet. And it's authenticated, fully authenticated, and everything, all the paperwork. But I'm that's how tired I am of it. I was gonna keep it as a keepsake. He's the first ballot Hall of Famer, but his recent years, his antics, his talking, good and well he's not better than Pat. And I like humble people like Pat. Pat would never say that he's the best. He would always say, "Well, I want to be the best." He always talk about Lamar Jackson. Did I look like Lamar out there? Like it seemed like
Do I
Lamar
look like?
Jackson is his idol. So so I like humble dudes out here, man.
No, Patty. Look, he
He
a
humble.
feisty bro.
He humble
You
enough. You
don't
can hit him in the mouth.
what do you do? Like start counting to 10 or something? Like
No,
on the
when you hit him in
Bears?
the
Like
mouth like that, you remember you.
uh,
Now, when you wake him up, that's a whole other story. That's a whole other story. You don't want to wake him up, piss him off. You just take the L gradually. If you take the humble L, he might just put up 2 touchdowns. But if you wake him up, he putting up 400 something yards, and you know what I'm saying. He making y'all look totally and undesirable as far as the defense, whatever team.
I don't know. I'm a Tyreek Hill fan. To me, he really proved how elite he truly is. Like even Pat Mahomes, you have the quarterback in NFL, and you put up 1,700 yards with a guy like two. Like you don't even need a number one. He put up big numbers with Alex Smith. Like
I was
anybody
gonna say
you
because
play,
he
he's
already played
played
with
with.
Alex Smith, so he should be fine catching balls from Tua. I'm saying it should be perfectly
King, that
fine.
is that's
Tua
absolutely
just ain't
disrespectful.
got no he don't have the transitional talent to take them to championship status. That's the only thing is. And I don't think any Alabama quarterback do, because if somebody can just tell me one, then I'd be quiet about it. When the last time you tell me any well, here you go, JJ, if you correspond for when's the last time an Alabama quarterback won a Super Bowl? Starting quarterback from Alabama. That's what I need to know.
Never. I don't think it's happened actually. I'm
Oh,
not
you know what
positive,
I
but I'm
mean?
not.
He said, "Yo, we got a troll here. Hitch slap 1134. Yo, awesome stream guys. Any tips on being this born?
Get out
I
there and
ain't
do
got
it.
none because hey, if boredom strikes, it lays you right here. Obviously, you ain't too bored to hit your keypad. So thank you for
Right.
tuning in, and we appreciate you. Come with some more comments, baby boy or girl, whatever
Yeah.
you are. I mean, I don't know
Yeah.
what a hitch slap is. Maybe your auntie slapped your auntie, and your grandma was there, and she said, "Boy, that's a hitch slap." I don't know, but
Just to remind you, get out there and do it. You want to know how to do it? I bet you can't do it. You want to bet you is more likely you don't, and we keep Like I bet you we keep doing and you keep doting. Like we can put that out. Like you want to get real
Oh man.
one. Oh, okay, my bad. It's not a never. Way back.
Broadway Joe. Shoot, he had to come to
You
Kansas
see,
City.
even YouTube knows you love this stuff, man. Enjoy the ride. Too short to be that salty. Even in the ocean, I'm by it. You see the beach, and I ain't even this damn salty as you, bro. Come on now, get life together.
Man, all it does is make the program stronger. We appreciate y'all. Everybody who takes the time to type into your keypad and everything. He said there, Mark Henry. I'm not even as dark as Mark. You like you could have better jokes, but you don't even have a picture up here. Your name is Derek Sumlin. Like there's so many ways
Bro,
this
I
could
take
go.
Mark Henry as a compliment.
I
I
was
was like
trying
the
to say,
strongest man in the
the
world, bro.
world's strongest man.
Yeah,
I am pretty strong, but I ain't
yeah,
Mark
bro.
Henry
They out here
strong.
giving compliments. That's troll. That's a good, bro. You make that
Oh,
sound like an
God.
insult. Mark Henry, a bad motherfucker. Like who you talking? I bet you don't say that to Mark Henry.
No, it never would. You know, keyboard warriors will never say half said it. That's the point of being a keyboard warrior. But like I said, we appreciate them too because you drive up the algorithm. Like I said, pull more people in.
We
Ain't that
appreciate you participating, whether you're hating or enjoying.
boy? Because like my boy Kobe say, boot me. It only makes me stronger. Keep hating. It only makes me laugh. So moving on here. Next game we got the Buffalo Bills versus the Pittsburgh Steelers, and this is the Steelers' game to win, no matter who plays. Buffalo's just like I said, they're in regression. They're in total regression, in my opinion. Defense, offense. Josh Allen's never had it. He, like I said, he's the modern day Philip Rivers, who's getting accolades undeservingly so. And then they're playing Mike Tomlin, who's first ballot Hall of Fame coach, never had a losing season. Um, I think, like I said, just working out the kinks. I got the Steelers.
Yeah, I got the Steelers too. And Mr. Broke, shout out to you. You got your picks out. We haters on this show too. We both have the Bills missing the playoffs, and last year we were.
Man.
This year we both have them missing. You can guarantee
But
you
I
can
did
write in.
nail the Bengals not making it last year, and I think that's a
Mhm.
repeat for this year too. So keep your eye on that. And if you're betting, folks, in the comments, and if you're in an area where you can gamble responsibly, take a look at Week 1, Carolina versus the Saints. I think that one's going to end in a tie. Controversy. You might want to talk about it.
About his JJ wants to talk. He likes talking about them Bills. Look, hey, before we start trashing the Bills too much, let's give their shout out because I'm a fan jumping through them tables. Like I'm not gonna do it. Like
Yeah, they want to be wrestlers.
I'm the right skin color and everything, and I do it. Like
Mm.
you got me. And I want to shout out to our troll that's Mark Henry's butt. I don't believe so, bro. I don't believe so. I'd have
No.
to see it. It'd be a fun fight though.
Mark Henry folded the skillet in half. I wouldn't even want to shake his hand. Like, no. Good night.
Dude, like shout out to him. I like watching him lift crazy things. Like he's a bad dude, and I've seen him fight people. Like I've seen him in the ring, but
Mm-hmm.
you're forgetting that Mark Henry was super strong and WE wrestler, doing flip up, dropping them, doing all sorts of movement. Like
Man, you know
give me Mark Henry.
how strong you got to be to do these controlled drops where you're not killing these people. Like these people don't understand the amount of art that goes into that and the amount of training.
Someone from Brazil. Oh, Mathis, shout out to you. Welcome. You
Mathis
know,
Miller, yeah, shout out to you here. Big ups to you here. Who's your favorite team out of Brazil? You watching from Brazil? Who's your favorite team? Let us know.
yeah, I'd be real interested in that. Let us know what would be your favorite America. Like, those are my favorite thing to honor. Like, what state would you go to if you came here? It's always
Real talk.
And
Moving
JJ
on.
still.
Oh, go ahead. My
Let
bad.
me get back to our boy JJ real quick. He said Diggs didn't even want to be there. We've seen Josh Allen without Diggs, and it was. And I think we're going to see not pretty when we see Diggs gone. That's all I'm.
Oh yeah, pretty much. Like you said, every playoff game they ended the same way. Him looking at the scoreboard, holding his hips, wishing he was on Kansas City.
Do we
Every time.
remember Rikishi? Oh yeah. Look, we let me take this back. Host a WWE show and review show on this as well. So if you're into like my dude with a beard and our dude Agent Les, they cover it, bro. They got you.
Right.
We do. I
We'll
remember.
bring some wrestling to you tomorrow if you're interested. You'll catch us live. Make sure you turn your alerts on, your bells and stuff. We ain't being so cocky telling you to turn on the alerts, but if you're trying to check it out, then that's what we're doing. And we'll let you know around the map. It's always coming on. It's coming to you. Uh, moving on though here. On to the next game here. We got the Seattle Seahawks going against the Tennessee Titans. And this is a Seahawk game to lose here because the Titans are trying, like I said, trying to figure stuff out, tune stuff up. The Seahawks really know where they're going with this thing. And like I said, they're just filling out the fodder, getting the wheat from the shaft, if you will. So I'm definitely going to go with the Titans because they're going to need wins early because they're not going to get them when they count.
Yeah, they want to hype up Will Levis, and this is the Titans' second, their entire secondary. It's a thing of beauty, but unfortunately now Will Levis. Just let me know you didn't even try to fix the ship in a real way.
No, why would they? Because they're confident in their guy, and maybe they're comfortable where they're at in the next few years as long as they keep getting those ticket sales. But anyway, you want to talk about a dumpster fire of an organization. Moving on here, the Battle of LA. We got the Rams versus the Chargers, and I'm going with the Rams. The Chargers probably should win this game, but I think they find some way to shit the bed even here in the preseason. So definitely going with the Rams.
The Chargers first string out there for the whole game, and I still might pick the Rams in this situation. The Chargers garbage that you got to pick the season game.
Yeah, because there's not enough people to really run through and see what you got here. Like I said, they're in total rebuild. I don't want to say panic mode, but definitely full rebuild here. Let me see some of these comments. Okay, Matthias or Matthias Mendez. I like NBA and John Morant. Jay just says, "Y'all on a one-way trip to prison. You ain't lying. He can't put the 40 down." So we'll see what
Bro,
happens. I was a John Morant believer too, but shoot, man. Sometimes, when you get in one
hey,
life, you think you're supposed to live another. So we'll see what happens with that.
unfortunately, I hear the popular thing of shooters, and John Morant
Oh yeah,
can shoot. He can shoot.
yeah. Scooters
And he
to
won't.
shooters. Just from what I can see, we see them CCTV cameras, scooters and shooters.
He needs to leave the live streaming to us, bro. It is not working out for you. 1 week, you out the NBA 6 months or whatever it is, a year.
Man,
I forgot what his suspension was. It was so long.
a lot,
Mr.
to say the least. The next one we got coming up here, we got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. And I'm going to go ahead and pick Tampa Bay to win that game too because they're in a situation to where really the whole organization's on notice. Like something's got to go on this year to justify what they're doing with this roster. Because if not, we'll see a total reset from the Bucks this year.
Yeah, and I'm really afraid that when we really start thinking about it, I might go the Jags here. And the reason why is they just have depth on their team.
Mm-hmm.
When we get to the second or third string, You got an okay team. You got like the original Jaguars string. Like typical Jaguars team is your so
Right.
combination of the first and the second. I think Tampa Bay in this one.
Yeah, I mean, I can see it happen either way. But like I said, you want to just talk about shit in the bed. We'll see what happens because, like I said, they got to win this one, prove that they won't shit the bed. So, next game we got here, we got the Dallas Cowgirls versus the Las Vegas Cow Raiders. And in this game here, I'm gonna go with the boys over the girls. In this one here, let's go with the Dallas side of things. Just because the Raiders are already shit the bed so much, they don't have a quarterback. The front office is still in jeopardy. Uh, it's just not logical to really go with them.
Yeah, I'm going with the Cowboys too. This is another situation with the team the depth versus one without.
Right, to say the least. After that, here, Sunday, here, we get the Green Bay Packers versus the Broncos, and that goes without even saying. We know the Pack wins that. First string, second string, fourth string. Give me the Pack by 20. And then after that, here, we got the Saints versus the Niners, and it's a similar situation. It don't matter who the Niners play, they're going to run away with the game. Saints just don't have it. Like I said, week one versus the Panthers, they should tie. Look into that, place your bets, talk it into existence, tweet about it. Well, I'm telling you, it's going to happen.
The clips that are going to be available to just prove that this bet was beforehand is going to blow up on the internet if it hits. I really like, there's not been a week one pray that hits like this.
I'm trying to tell you.
I mean, like you, me, had to put in a cup. And I'm probably do a half unit on it
Yeah.
because it will be worth it. It'll be worth it if it hits. I want to celebrate with you.
I'm trying to tell you, it'd be worth it. It's going to net you quite a bit.
Listen to No, I Told You So.
No, you can listen to. So I'm glad we did that. And JJ, I'm kind of curious to hear Tom Brady call football games. What do you guys think about that? Hopefully, it's better than Romo, and hopefully, uh, it's better than Romo. Let me just say that. That's all I can hope for.
I feel you there.
Because, dude, Tom should be okay. He's proven to be, after his little roast situation. If y'all haven't caught that, make sure you try to check that out on Netflix. I mean, he's proven that he can get on the microphone, he can talk and everything. So we'll see how it happens. As long as he's not reading the damn defense and telling the plays before they happen, like Tony Romo. You know, he's seen the defense way better as an analyst than he ever did on the field. So as long as he don't go there,
he's used to watching tape, bro. That's what it is.
man,
It's that tape mindset. Like,
I'm a beast now. I'm film room beast now. So as long as it's better than that bull jive, we should be all right.
Yeah, I'm right there with you on that one.
So, ladies and gentlemen, that was your picks here for this week's preseason schedule, week 2. We're getting closer and closer to the actual regular season, and the anticipation can't be higher, man. I mean, everybody's been waiting for this. Every fan's been salivating for this, if you want to use other kind of terms here, man. It's just what it is. Football in America is back, and it's going to take entertainment to the next level. Me too, JJ. I hope everybody do vote for legalized gambling in the state of Missouri. You're not lying.
You know, I think it's crazy. People in Kansas drive to Missouri to pick up some trees,
Man.
and drive to Kansas to place a little sports bet. Like,
Man.
you just need.
Yeah.
It's like tourism.
Luckily, it's a quick trip, but you're so right, man. I'm looking for the days where I can just roll out the bed, put my parlay down and go on about my business, collect my winnings, and just do it all from the comfort of my office.
Yeah. So can you hit up mine and place a bet there? Like if you just
Yeah, that's all I gotta do is just go to the Kansas side and place with the MGM. Just gotta be in the area, gamble responsibly.
right, place your bet safely. Don't get over these folks. We try to preach a system, where you have units. Say, let's say you got $100. Break that down to each units, and just they'll place your like you won't over bet that way. You won't put your whole stash in. You can even out some losses with some wins that way. Gamble on it hard. If you bet the Niners money line, you're probably gonna win more than you guarantee you.
Yeah, you just ain't gonna win too much money because there ain't gonna really be no games where that line gonna be enough to really be like, yeah, boy, these dudes done got me some cake. It might
Yeah.
add an extra 10 to your pocket.
Our specialty is dogs, so that's what we really look for when we bet. So let's use an example. The Super Bowl. If you look at the Super Bowl line, you see the 49ers as favored. And you look at that, that doesn't make any sense. So what you do is you find those dogs that should be want to bet, because then you can bet them plus money. So you must around get a plus 150, 100. The ones we really circle, ones we really want to bet. So if there's other games, I'll bet like half a unit on. But when I see
Mm-hmm.
those games, like it's a full unit. And that scales with whatever your bet is. So my bet isn't $10, but if your bet is $10, just break it down to whatever units tends personally, because you're going to make out better that way.
Yeah, you place better bets that way too. And then depending on how risky you feel, you can jump into a couple of legs on that parlay. You only lost 10 versus what you could gain. So like I said, we play parlays carefully here, and we'll get more into that as the season gets closer. We'll definitely give you all the betting tips.
Oh yeah, we're on board, JJ. Like we're a fan. Look, actually, so I'm no longer in the camp. I already have legal sports book and legal other things. So and beautiful sunsets and hot. It's hot right now, bro. Like it's dark outside, and your boy is wet.
Oh yeah, that's that Florida lifestyle, man. It's hotter than that thing out there. Hotter than that thing that killed John Wayne. Like I said, well, like I said, I'm in good on Championship City, man. We actually had a pretty cool day today, and hopefully that just sticks going forward as we get closer to this fall season. And ladies and gentlemen, I will be in attendance week one, Arrowhead or Geha Stadium. You'll see clips live from there. I'm going to go live from there a few times. I'm going to get as many as I can here to show y'all what it's like to be in a championship town if you don't live in one, if you live in San Francisco, or if you live in Minnesota, or if you live in Houston, or if you live in Dallas, or if you live anywhere that's not Kansas City. I'm sorry.
Right.
I'm just sorry. So I'll show you what a championship stadium looks like. I'll show you the trophies. I'll show you the pedigree of the city, and I'll show you how to survive here too. Because if you're an outsider, man, you best be careful.
You'll start just bro. I don't want to hit on you as a fan, but bro, I'm not worried about their forestry. I mean, that quarterback does matter. Let me I forgot what team we're talking about. The 49ers are concerned. That's how it tends to go.
Yeah. And like I said, no knock on you too much, but it's just kind of what it is, man. You got a semi top tier team. You can't keep your boys happy.
Bucks. What do you?
Well,
It's
I'm
like,
trying to find the line. Yeah, it's not loading here. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll do some personal research and let you know what the line is going to be. Uh, as far as that tie between the Panthers and the Saints week 1, I couldn't find it here on MGM, but once I do find those odds, I'll let you know.
who's placing the bet on? Who knows?
Right, that's what I'm saying. I ain't even thinking about it. That's why I got to go and do it. Holler at Vegas directly, like, hey, fam, this is what I need, and this is what I need to buy. So we're gonna see what happens here. But other than that, here, NFL news here. Well, like I said, we're just pretty much dialing it up here, getting everything ready here. We're gonna start to see how fantasy football should shake up as far as your draft picks and everything. So we just gonna see how everything shake off. And like I said, if you missed the episode where we talked fantasy football and your picks, my recommend #1 overall pick, if you can get him, like I said, is always gonna be Tyreek Hill. Even though I'm tired of talking about him, I told you I'm gonna sell his jersey, auction it off, all that. But at least he's gonna get you fantasy points.
JJ, my auntie used to Michigan for a hot minute, so I know the area a little bit. A little bit.
I know very well. You know what I'm saying? We were around 55th. I grew up on 41st. You know, we all in the same neighborhood. Tone, RIP Fat Tone.
But
Man, well, we used to walk over to Paul's. And you remember that's when J Bones was over there. Everybody used to go there trying to get J's back in the day.
not me. You know, I live just
Yeah, I mean, I understand. King, thank you once again, man. We appreciate you coming through and being a top tier fan, man, and always a great commenter and everything. Big fan of yours too, bro. We appreciate you. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, here, unless you got any other questions here about these coming preseason games or something on your mind in regards to sports here, this has been your show here. We always open to answer questions and get anything we need to get out the way. He said, let's go. Look, man, we might see you on the Super Bowl game. We'll see what happens. Like Blake said, we just popped in Red Kingdom. You know what time it is.
look. Last time we played that song, we got copyrighted on YouTube though. So
Also true.
he's getting all that money. So appreciate it. It was a Super Bowl stream, so you know it is what it is. It happens. We was excited.
Oh yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do here, especially when the whole city was up. I said, we know what time it is. Everybody who's a part of the kingdom, y'all can feel the energy no matter where you was at, man. It's our time. It's gonna stay our time because we've been down for too long.
Blake's from the dot.
He from the day, man. Look, man. I say KCK is just as much Kansas City as KC Mo. We all one city for real, low key. It's one
Yeah.
big metropolis. It's just different sides, man. That's all.
Not
Yeah, not like Overland Park. Like, yeah, we don't include Johnson County. We'll take Wyandotte and Wyandottians, but we will not accept Johnson County folk here. That's not what we said. They are not on the list.
yeah. This is just a question. You know, we'll stay here in minutes of, you know, give you guys a chance to get your questions in before we.
Man.
We got another 40. Look at Eddie. You better holler at your boy King. We got the y'all.
We
Look,
see
shout out.
y'all. They trying to come heavy with it now. We see y'all, man. We know y'all out there. Come and holler at us. Tell us all about it, man. How does it feel to lose to us twice in the Super Bowl in the last 5 years? What kind of feeling you got with that?
Right. Oh, question about CEH. What you think the problem is? Is it mental?
I think LSU's the problem. Anytime we get somebody from LSU, they're always a bust. It's LSU. Their program just don't fit what Kansas City does. We ain't had one good LSU player. I mean, Glenn Dorsey was a bust. Uh, who did? Well, I guess what's his name was okay. Dwayne Bowe is okay. Or did he go to LSU? Yeah. Like I'm saying, man, I can't even remember. But dude, it's beyond mental. He's too little. He's too fat for his position, and I ain't saying much about it. Like he's too heavy for what he's trying to do out there. We saw that in the last few years. I'm honestly surprised they brought him back over McKinnon.
Yeah, I'd rather have brought McKinnon back than Country Mile.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but I absolutely hate who was a defensive end at LSU, and that motherfucker would whoop our every damn time. And he was the type, his type, so he's just getting his regular workout in, and man to keep up with him. Out to him, but fuck him too. At this point in my life, like I hated
That's
that.
how I tell you. Real life. So that's the problem. He went to LSU and he's too little. He played with too many dudes that are actually really good. And he was one of the dudes who was associated being good by casualty. Or was it guilty by he was good by association.
That's an Alabama motto too, I think.
I'm trying to tell you. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Debo, yeah, he was okay. Remember that nigga couldn't even catch a touchdown one season. So people can't tell me, bro, that I don't know what I be talking about. Like I've lived it, I've seen it. These Alabama quarterbacks, and for real, anybody outside of playing safety or quarterback, if you play for LSU, man, good night. Like Tyrann Matthews, probably the most successful LSU player that I can think of in recent memory.
And let's be completely honest. Anybody that hangs out in North Kansas City, you gotta have questions about.
Gotcha.
You gotta hear. And kind of why like, crazy.
You're not lying. So, like I said, we'll see what's going on as far as what CH can do going forward. Like I said, I would have kept Jared McKinnon. I think he was by far the better pick. Oh yeah, that's what I said. Glenn Dorsey, he was the first bust I listed out of that LSU train that we was in love with for some reason. They just kept getting everybody from LSU. I'm like, what are you doing, boy? I remember
Well,
they drafted, huh?
they're chasing that elite defensive tackle as long as I can
Boy,
remember.
boy, I'm trying to tell you. They was doing whatever they could. The one dude we had got from Alabama ended up being a bum too. What was his name? Reggie Ragland. Still couldn't believe it. Bum. Like, bro. Anyway, they said, but they won't draft no Buckeyes. That's crazy. Nobody from the country Big Ten, unless you Isaiah Pacheco coming from Rutgers. Man, that's what I said. I want them dudes who play out in the country.
Yeah, I like them country folk. I ain't gonna lie. It's a good football player.
No, you're not lying here. Did you hear about the Cowboys getting Jordan Phillips from the Giants for a 7th round pick? Yeah, that's another little thing that happened earlier. I said people are starting to solidify as much as they can, and I know Dallas is looking to shore up their line because they always seem to have an injury at the wrong time. So we'll see what happens here. As they try to build more depth.
Right. I'm right there with you. But yeah, that's probably our show for the evening. We'll probably like 9 Eastern. And streams for things like our Unhinged Heroes series. Do a lot of live streaming for it. Or don't forget our match show for your WWE content.
Right. We covered all of that and your UFC, everything, whatever pay per view Saturday event that's large, you'll know that we'll definitely have coverage on it. And we appreciate everybody that stopped through, all of the comments, all of the people who support us. Got a reason why we do it. We appreciate y'all. And that's tradition. I'm that dude with the beard, and he's Mr. KC. We appreciate y'all. We'll catch you next time.